Hey, welcome back for another rapid market update where every single month we go over the key real estate metrics and what they mean for you as a consumer. Ms. Katie Bullock, realtor with Better Homes and Gardens Real Estate Momentum Group. Thank you so much for being here. It is October 2023, beginning of fourth quarter, and we have the most recent September statistics for Salt Lake County, which is the Salt Lake City area here in Utah. So let's just jump right into it. Alrighty, so here you go. Our average days on market is sitting right around 36. So again, days on market, what that means is that's the time frame of when a home is listed for sale till when it goes under contract with a buyer. However long that time frame is, that is days on. Current inventory, we're at 815 units. The average sold price, so the average list price is around 613. Sold price is 606. Again, we are focusing here on Salt Lake County. Now, great, these statistics are perfect, but what does that actually mean for you as the consumer? Now, the first statistic that I think is important to note here is this list to sold price. So let's jump into this a little bit deeper. Okay, so let's look into that data just a little bit deeper and what that means for you as both a buyer and a seller. Then the line that I want you to focus on here is this red line, the average sold to original price. So what the house sold for versus what it was initially listed for sale as on the market. Now we've got the percentage over here and this data going all the way back to 2021. Now, just to cut to the chase, here we go. Year to date, the sale to the original price is sitting at 96%. So what does that mean? That means that homes are selling for around 96% of that original list price. All right, so what does that mean for you as a buyer? That's good news for buyers. What that tells us is that there is potentially a little bit of wiggle room to negotiate with sellers on the price. Okay. If you are a seller, what does this mean? What does it mean for you? It just means that you need to be patient and you need to expect that, some buyers may be asking for a concession or some repairs, or they may want to have a discussion about price. Alrighty, so let's look into this pricing just a little bit more. I've got a chart here for you. This is going back to 2018, and this is the average sold price of homes in Salt Lake County, okay? So back in 2018, we had an average sales price of around $354,000. End of third quarter, we're looking in the 611. So it's very obvious from this chart, you can see dating back to 2018, sort of this steady and then dramatic increase in home prices, right? Capping off here in the early 2022 being the peak. Now, we have come down a little bit since that peak, 633 to 611. But 611, we're still higher than we were 2021, 2020, the last 4 years. So why is this important? If you are a buyer in today's market, if you are listening to any of the national headlines, national news, everyone's talking about this, huge market crash that's coming. I think that it's really important to look at your local data. If you are looking in Salt Lake County, the data is just not supporting that. We have seen pricing go down slightly and then come back up. So for the most part, pricing is holding steady. We're not seeing some big, huge spike in a decrease. Okay. So again, just expectation as a buyer, you need to know that it's not likely that pricing is going to dramatically decrease anytime soon. Sellers, if you're paying attention to national news, sellers have sort of start to feel this panic, like, oh my gosh, is the value of my home going to drop significantly? And it's just, the data is not supporting that right now. One last thing I wanted to just quickly talk about is just, we are moving into fourth quarter, end of year, and we are going to start to see the seasonality of the market. This chart here is data going all the way back to 2019, and this is showing the number of new listings entered. Okay, it's very, very consistent over the last 4 years what happens here in the Utah market. Starting in January, we see this increase in activity going into the spring, summer market, and then we start to see a slow, gradual sort of decline into fall, peaking out in the bottom here at the end of year, October, November, December. Okay, so expect to see a little bit of a slowing of the market that is just a seasonal thing that we see year over year over year. Now, listen, here in Utah, we have a very, very similar problem like the rest of our nation. Okay, we sort of have two major factors influencing our market right now. Okay, we have low inventory, which is continuing to put pressure on pricing and keep pricing steady and high. The other big problem we have is affordability. We know this. Interest rates are the highest they've been in decades, and this is creating a real affordability issue. It is real. We are seeing more canceled contracts. More people backing out because they can't afford the loan anymore. If you are a buyer in today's market and you can afford the interest rate and you are serious about buying a home, in my opinion, we are moving into a window of opportunity for you. I think these next 3 months is probably the biggest opportunity we've seen all year for you to find a deal in today's market. The sellers that are selling their home are serious. People like we can see in the data, no one likes to sell their home in November and December. It's not fun. You're over the holidays. It's the middle of winter here. We've got snow. Serious sellers are selling in these months. And if you are a serious buyer, I think that there are conversations to be had and deals to be had moving into the next 3 months. Now, if you are a seller, I don't want to leave y'all out. You just need to be realistic about your expectations. You need to be realistic about what you are trying to accomplish, and you need to be patient. And more than ever, you need to work with a local professional that is familiar with your area, that has a strong marketing campaign for your home, and that's going to work hard over these holiday months for you. Okay? All right, that's it. We've made it. Let me know what questions you have down below. If you are thinking about buying or selling or relocating to Utah, I would love to help you out. Phone number, email are down in the contact information below. As always, my name is Katie with Better Homes and Gardens Real Estate Momentum Group. Give this video a like and please consider subscribing so that you can be the first to know what's going on in the Utah market. Again, we do these videos every month at the first of the month, so we will see you in the next one.